Hello everybody and welcome to SpongeBob's Truth or Square. This is going to be the next game that I do a Let's Play of. Just jumping right into it. Don't want to waste any time after Ballad of Gay Tony. Just if I wait, then I'll look behind me and 9 months will have passed. And this game is really short. I've owned it on the Wii. This is the Wii version. I've owned it for like a year now. I bought it on eBay. This is a game that I rented from Blockbuster back in the day and played once. And I never beat it. I think I got like 2 levels into it. I don't know if I just didn't fuck with it or if I thought it was too hard or what. But it's pretty much the only major SpongeBob 3D console game from this time that I have not finished. So this is basically a blind run, and I'm going to stop talking over this opening cutscene because I can't turn on subtitles yet. So yeah.
Hey, Patrick! What are you doing here?
Mr. Krabs hired me as security for the big event.
Oh no! Patrick! Where did I put the formula? I can't remember!
Did you look in your pocket?
It's not there!
Oh, hey, maybe it's in my pocket. Nope.
Okay, SpongeBob, don't panic. I can feel my normally carefree and jovial attitude dissolving away!
What does that mean?
It means I'm sad! And when I'm sad, I can't remember anything! Patrick, we need to find that formula before you-know-who does. P-L-A-N-K...
P-O-N.
Plankton, how long have you been there?
Long enough to know you're in big trouble. Well, SpongeBob, seeing as we are friends, it seems only right that I help you remember where you put the formula.
Oh, that would be so nice of you, Plankton. I'd love your help. Hey, wait a minute. How do I know you're not just trying to get the formula all for yourself?
My honest face?
Then okay, let's find that formula.
Okay, let's review, shall we? Step 1, strap sleeping SpongeBob into chair. Check. Step 2, shrink bots. Check. Step 3, do laundry. Insert bots into brain. Check. Step 4, turn on remote. Check and double check. Now, with this control, I'll guide my precious nanobots into the deepest recesses of SpongeBob's tiny mind, where I will extract from his memory banks the precise location of the Krabby Patty secret formula once and for all. It couldn't be easier. Okay, change of plans. I will now enter SpongeBob's brain and find the formula myself.
So I just kind of understood just now what happened. Is the idea here that Plankton is like controlling SpongeBob from within his mind? That he's like ratatouilleing him to retrace his steps to remember the formula? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, here's subtitles now. And I saw the A to skip button at the bottom, and I thought that was an A to keep the dialogue going button, so I just skipped that cutscene. So sorry. This is every SpongeBob game has some shit that it does during the very long loading screens, and in this game it's this. They tell you the answer, so I'm not gonna bother answering these. You can answer them in your mind and then feel good if you get them right, and if you get them wrong, feel bad. So this is the first proper level of the game. It's Jellyfish Fields, very popular location to have at the beginning of your SpongeBob game, and we're using the Battle for Bikini Bottom music. You've probably already noticed. I've noticed 3 bits of music already that are from previous SpongeBob games. You have this Jellyfish Fields theme, the Bikini Bottom overworld theme from Battle for Bikini Bottom was in the opening, and the title screen for this game has the like special world music from the movie game. I associate it mostly with the floating block challenges, although I guess the SpongeBob challenges also use that same music. But yeah. Anyway, so this game is based on the episode of the show called Truth or Square, which I think I want to say is part of season 6. Came out over the summer, I think? Or no, this was in November of 2009. It was the 10th anniversary of SpongeBob. They did a bunch of stuff for the 10th anniversary in 2009. The thing that I'm thinking of that was in the summer was the, like, episode countdown. Where they had, like, I think they showed, like, every episode, and then they had a best of marathon. And I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, people voted online. And it was weird that, like, I remember the top 10 being almost exclusively Season 1 episodes and Karate Island, which was very strange. And the top voted episode was Pizza Delivery, I remember. Which is weird, because, I mean, if you ask any SpongeBob fan on the internet right now, the consensus best episode of the show is Band Geeks. And then there's, like, a good dozen that I would think of before Pizza Delivery if I was gonna pick one best SpongeBob episode ever. Not that Pizza Delivery's bad. But anyway, so this episode, Truth or Square, came out in November 2009. It was really hyped up. It was, I think it's like a proper TV movie length episode. I think it's between 60 and 90 minutes with commercials. I think it's a 40-minute episode. And it involves the 117th anniversary of the Krusty Krab, and it is the classic, I thought it was going to be the classic show is ending and running out of ideas episode type, where they do flashbacks to previous episodes. And the episode is kind of that, except instead of doing flashbacks to previous episodes, they just have the characters reminisce about stuff that supposedly happened to them, and then we watch, like, new scenes. It's not, like, old stuff. What the hell is my dog doing? Hold on. Sorry, my dog was, like, flipping the toy he has in his mouth around on the floor and making a lot of noise, and I thought he was, like, going insane. I apologize if you can hear him doing that.
Some algae each day keeps the doctor away. That's the thing that I always...
Okay, I'm back. I threw the shoe out of my room because he was being loud. It was a shoe. That was the toy. It was a croc. It's the one type of shoe that we let him chew on because he can't really do anything to it. Anyway, so Truth or Square, the episode, yes. They're, like, trapped in the Krusty Krab in, like, the vent or something, and they start talking about, like, remember when this happened? And it's just a bunch of, like, bullshit. And then at the end, you know, it's fine, and they find it, and it's okay. The biggest thing that I remember from the lead-up to that episode and, like, the promotion for it was that they teased SpongeBob and Sandy getting married, which, if you weren't a SpongeBob fan and online in 2009, you may not know that at that time there was a lot of, like, psychic energy among a lot of SpongeBob fans. Not myself, but a lot of SpongeBob fans put a lot of legitimacy into their SpongeBob and Sandy ship, in the Tumblr sense of the word. And this bait and switch of the fake, what turns out to be a fake marriage between SpongeBob and Sandy, but was held out as a real thing in the commercials for the episode. Pissed everybody off. It got everyone really, really hype. I remember seeing Tumblr posts and YouTube videos. There's an old YouTube video. I gotta find it. I'm sure there's at least one that's still up there. There used to be, people used to make YouTube videos of, like, it would just be, like, they would throw a couple pictures of, like, DeviantArt drawings of SpongeBob and Sandy, like, kissing, and they would just, like, throw that into Windows Movie Maker and put fucking, you know, some popular song from the last couple years on it, and, I don't know. I feel like people don't do that kind of shit anymore. Maybe they do. I mean, they do that kind of thing, but like that specific type of video, I gotta find a good example of it, and maybe I'll include it in a future video or watch it on a stream or something so people can get what I'm talking about. There were also, I remember there's a bunch of videos of like SpongeBob being exposed for being gay, and it would be basically the same thing. It would be like, I'm thinking of one in particular that was just a bunch of, like, DeviantArt, like, fan art of SpongeBob and Patrick being gay, and interspersed with Windows Movie Maker titles being, like, SpongeBob and Patrick were caught fucking, and it's just, it's very cool. I don't know. When I think of the internet of that time, it all just feels so quaint to me. But anyway, that episode pissed a lot of people off, and for many people is considered one of several potential shark jumping moments for the show. For me, it pretty much is that. I think, like, it was probably only a couple of months after this episode premiered that I stopped watching SpongeBob. I haven't seen anything past season 7. I think SpongeBob versus the Big One was the last special that I watched. That might have come before this, honestly. But this was definitely the last, like, big SpongeBob episode that I remember, like, investing any energy in and like, being excited for. And I remember, as a 12-year-old, being disappointed and feeling like, you know, what are we doing here? And I mean, I'd had that feeling for much of the season up to that point, because I actually don't hate seasons 4 and 5, and when I was a kid, I didn't think badly of them at all. It was only in retrospect that I really understood, you know, that the narrative that the series had declined in quality. It kind of took several years of the show not being run by Steven Hillenburg for that to be something people notice. Also, yeah, this is a weird thing in this game. The tongue sliding is, the movement is different. It, like, doesn't propel you forward in the way it does in the previous games. You have to be holding forward, and it's a little awkward. Also, those Squidward head-shaped tikis, they brought tikis back for this game. They can only be destroyed with a special power-up that we are going to get in, I think, the next video. I don't think we get it in this one yet. I think at this point all you have is this spatula slapping attack. We'll get more attacks as the game goes on, so it's a little annoying, but there it is. And we're back with robots. When in doubt, if you need SpongeBob enemies, just have Plankton make robots. This is the equivalent of the Mario star in this game, and I completely squander it because there's, like, no enemies around. And there you have it. So, yeah, I actually haven't seen the Truth or Square episode in a very long time, like, probably since it premiered, so it would be interesting to go back to it and watch it during this LP and give some, like, updated thoughts on it. I was actually watching through SpongeBob episodes on stream at the beginning of this year, and I think I got to, like, season 3, and my goal was to watch through all of it, to, like, get up to the point that I have not seen, and then watch that. But maybe in the interest of this LP, maybe I'll just skip ahead a little bit to Season 6 and just watch that up to Truth or Square and then start watching some newer SpongeBob stuff, because if I'm being honest, I've seen all the shit through, especially Season 3, but even Season 4 and some of Season 5. I've seen all those episodes many times, so I don't really think I'm going to have super new thoughts about them. But the newer stuff that I would be seeing for the first time, that would be interesting. But yeah, so that's kind of, it's weird, this game, kind of, is just a tie-in to an episode of the show that to me represents like the official marker of the end of this show being good. So it's a little odd. That probably has maybe another element in my not really ever revisiting this game until now, or like trying to beat it in the way that I did other SpongeBob games at the time. This is also when like console licensed games kind of were starting to be on the way out. I think they still had a pretty good run for a couple of years during this console generation, but you know, 2010, 2011, that's fairly late as like full-on licensed games go for console. They kind of stopped doing that in the 2010s. So, and I mean, I guess I will reserve my like full thoughts on the game until I finish it, but at least so far, I've recorded several levels of this game so far, and it seems to me to basically just be recycled parts of previous games hobbled together into a sort of awkward and very short whole. You know, you got the robots, just all the music, and there's just a lot of elements from previous SpongeBob games, and you get the feeling that this was probably put together in like 9 months in anticipation of the special. The fact that it has very little to do with the special in terms of what happens outside of the very vague premise makes me think that as well. But yeah. But we'll be getting into more of that. I'm sure, you know, like all of my previous SpongeBob Let's Plays, there will be ample talk about, you know, my many SpongeBob experiences and knowledge. I don't really know what the point of those snail things are. They seem to just give you hints that you've already gotten. So, oh, we do get the SpongeBuff thing in this one. Never mind. Yeah, you can turn into Buff SpongeBob, and you need him to, you need it to play the game, for the game to be fun. I feel like there's a lot that I could talk about, but these videos are going to be pretty short. They're all going to be around this length, 20 minutes. I'm really just going to do like one level per episode. This is a pretty short game. But there is a lot of stuff to talk about. I could talk about GTA 6 being $100 and having no physical disc, but I don't really have any thoughts about that haven't been expounded by other people. It's mainly just that, like, I would honestly be willing to spend $80 on a game like GTA 6 because it's, like, the biggest game ever, but the $100 for the Ultimate Edition, which is the actual full game, is kind of bullshit. And I would really only want GTA 6 to be, like, a GTA 6 size game to be $80, but I feel like them doing this will break the seal on $80 being just the standard for video games pretty soon, which, I mean, hey, video games have been $60 since before I was born, so I guess we're just catching up to the inflation now, I don't know. Or maybe they were ungodly expensive, relatively speaking, in the 90s. I mean, $60 in 1991 dollars is pretty fucking amazing. That's pretty, you could have a night on the town with that money. I just think of the Fairly Odd Parents episode with the grandpa where they go back into, like, a 1930s cartoon and he has $20 and they're, like, the richest people in town. Anyway, so yeah, this, level's about to wrap up pretty soon. I guess I should mention before we get too, well, I was going to say before we get too deep in the video, it's been 19 minutes, oh well. But before the video ends, I wanted to bring up that I think I'm going to do a poll for whatever the next game that I play through on stream is going to be. This one's going to be just a straight post-commentary Let's Play like you're used to, but I do also want to, you know, continue streaming frequently and start probably uploading full playthroughs of that, which I've done with some stuff. I did that with Halo, I did that with Mario 64, but I'd like to do more. I haven't decided what all of the games are going to be. I want to give 3 options. I know off the top of my head that, like, Rayman Legends will probably be one. Lego City Undercover might be one, just to give like a 2D and 3D platformer option, and then there will probably be something else. Maybe the Avatar video game, Frontiers of Pandora. The Blue People Avatar, not the Airbender Avatar. The Ubisoft Avatar game, which I have, but have not played yet. That could be fun. So yeah, probably one of those three those will probably be the choices now I think about it. But if it's something different, then it'll be something different. So, if I hopefully remember to make that poll, that'll be in the description of this video. And if I forget, then I'm an idiot. And holy shit, it is raining very hard outside right now. It has been a really shit week weather-wise. Last week, it was ungodly hot. It was like 106 degrees here on for 4th of July. And then this week, it has just been fucking raining nonstop and just dark gray skies every day, which makes me sleepy and not want to do anything at work. Luckily, now that 4th of July is done, you know, just the city, there's been a ton of shit going on in the city, so we were still a little bit busy at work, but now things have really started to slow down a bit, which is nice. But yeah, holy shit, it's raining hard outside. I wonder if you can hear it. Probably not. But yeah, I don't know, I don't have too much more to say here. We're just smashing stuff up. You best believe that I will be, smashing as much bullshit and, you know, collecting as much bullshit as I can, within reason, in this game. Also, gotta love the, Spongehenge shout-out with those big statues. That's one of the weirdest episodes of the show that I've seen. Also one that my feelings have actually changed on as time has gone on. I've actually become a lot more, like I kind of went back and forth. When I was a little kid and seasons 4 and 5 were just coming out, I was like, this is SpongeBob, I'm having a great time. And then later I was like, yeah, but they're not as good as season 1 through 3, and they're not. But nowadays I'm kind of like, yeah, but they're fine. Like, it gets worse than that, so I still appreciate, there's still some like genuinely good episodes in 4 and 5, and I like Spongehenge. I used to hate it when I was a kid and I saw it for the first time. I was like, this is bullshit, and I thought the ending was like the ending made me anxious and feel terrible. But now I'm an adult and I kind of like that. I kind of like that they went really fucking weird for that episode, and I don't know. Just kind of appreciate the left turn that it takes.
Do you ever feel like your life is just...
But anyway, here we are, back in the overworld, which is SpongeBob's house. Probably the smallest overworld of any SpongeBob game. Not that they all have them, really. But yeah, that's it for part 1 of Truth or Square. Thank you all for watching. I hope you will, oh yeah, Patrick makes these weird noises.
All right! Happiness is as happiness does.
Yeah, if you hit A when he doesn't have anything for you, he just goes like, buh. Anyway, next time we'll be talking to Sandy and doing level 2 of the game. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.